Hey guys, so I'm here with another Balloons Tower Defense video. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was going to be doing a defensive mode video for the Tacks shooter, but I've done the recording about a dozen times, and every time I either get a horrible map for it, or the guy ends up losing before I can actually make a viable show of it. So I'm going to go into practice mode here and just give you guys the idea of what I was talking about. So let's see, it was going to be Tacks shooter, apprentice. No, it wasn't apprentice. It was submarine and super monkey. And let's pick a good map here. Something with a loop or two. That'll work. This is my go-to map anyway. Pretty much anything will work on this map. Any strategy at all. Alright, so first, just like every other time, I drop four tacks. Then we play the waiting game. It's a very deadly game. If any of you are wondering why I kind of look down this way when I'm talking to you guys, it's because I have the cameras up here, but where I'm actually seeing my camera is down here. So if it looks a little weird, yes, I am looking at you guys down here. Let's see, so there's my 1,000. Now to get the Tacks shooter. Now, I know I've said the sub is too expensive to start on, and the Tacks shooter is more expensive, but it's the upgrades you have to look at. It's not the initial cost. So, here's the... Come on, I know you can go there. There we go. There's the Tacks shooter. And what you want to do is something similar to the Dart Monkey. You want to get it up about 3 levels and then save up some money. And by 3 levels, I mean you want a 3-0, not a 0-3. Even faster. I mean, honestly, you could pretty much leave it at this level here, at the 2-0, and then start working on your submarine, or whatever you're going to use for your camo. But I don't know, I kind of prefer to go the next level. It's a little easier to take out the greens. So there's my 3-0. Now I'm going to save up, just like the Dart Monkey was. Once you get it up to the 3-0 on the Tacks shooter, you want to save up for your next eco boost. So you can see it's just shredding those balloons. I've only lost a couple of lives, which is a lot better than the Dart Monkey is. But in the later levels, I will start losing a couple of lives again, just because the yellows and the pinks start causing problems until you get the submarine in there up to a decent level. Now this is why I said you want to have it on a loop somewhere, because you want to hit them at least twice. There's my 1,000. And now before round 12, you want to get a camo detect of some sort, whether it's a mortar that's hitting the spike Tacks shooter. Yes, that's what I meant to say. The Tacks shooter. Or whether it's a submarine that's submerged. Either one will work. So I'm personally going to go with a submerged sub. Now for the round 12, my sub is not going to be wholly ready. It's not going to be it's not going to be able to submerge and do damage, but I'm going to have it up to this level here. So again, you're upgrading 3 levels on that, and then you want to work towards your next eco boost. Now, I'm leaving it unsubmerged until round 12. Then I'm going to submerge it to detect the camel balloon, and then I'll pull it back up once it's been uncamoed. Yeah, that's definitely a word. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so there's the camel balloon. I'll submerge it, decamoed, and back up. There's my 1,000. And now I'm going to save up, and I'm going to get a ring of fire. So I'm going to have to push past the next eco boost to do this, but it will be so worth it. So worth it. A ring of fire will be able to take out, on a loop like this, it'll take out just about anything up to ceramics. So you can see I'm losing a couple of lives here and there, but it's not too much. Usually around this point, I'm just getting that ring of fire, and there it is. Now that I've got the ring of fire, this guy can go completely submerged. Work towards my next eco. I never imagined when I first thought about this idea that the Tacks shooter would be as viable a defense as it really is. So now I'm going to go towards a, what do you call it? Actually, I'm going to unsubmerge for a minute just to get a couple extra shots here. And resubmerge. I never thought it would be such a good defense. I thought this would probably let you down. But if you can pull it off, if you can get some sort of camo detect for a cheap amount, it'll work. And now we're going to get the reactor, and this will pretty much kill everything. There, those rainbows don't stand a chance. Look at them die. Now again, save up for the next eco boost. And I believe I said it in one of my previous videos. I think it was the Monkey City episode, that I tried this out in practice mode before, and it was amazing. It really was. I don't remember what map I was doing it on then. It was Mines, I think? Yeah, it was something like that. But on the mines, I was using a mortar instead of a submarine. Now, let's get another tack shooter up over here. And we'll increase this thing's range. This strategy is the one that I was talking about in the Monkey City video, where I got the max eco that you can in defensive mode, which just surprised me. I've never seen it before. None of my defensive modes ever get that long. And the opponent usually dies before I get to that point. Yeah, so now everything's just getting wrecked. Doesn't have a chance. Now then. Even the ceramics, that does a pretty good job on the ceramics. Once it gets around the second ring of fire, the ceramic layer's been peeled off, and then the sub and the other ring of fire do so much damage to it. Okay, so I'm going to get another... Actually, I'm going to go for a super monkey at this point. Around there. Get super range. Put him on strong. And let's get the epic range when we can. Or, no, I'm going to go for the eco. Epic range. Not even worried about the leads. The Ring of Fires will take care of them. And now the ceramic layer will be peeled off by the super monkey. A little bit of a delay for the submarine to take out the defense on those, but not too bad. Greens. Never had a chance. Laser vision. Now I know if you upgrade the Super Monkey to a 0-4, it does the same as a 2-4. But the first couple of Super Monkeys you actually want to upgrade towards a 2-4 because you're not going to get that Moab popping power if you don't. Because you're pretty much going to want to stop at Plasma for the first couple. Okay, so I'm going to get the Plasma here, and then I'm going to save up, and I'm going to get my first major eco boost. And that sub is doing a perfect job of taking out those camos. And those Moabs have no chance. Now just some ceramics coming through. Since all my towers except for the Super Monkey are AoE and they can handle ceramics anyway, no problems there. And one more tick and we'll get the major upgrade. There we go. Now, just to make sure I get those two Moabs that are together down, I'm going to boost this. Everything's getting in the way of the Super Monkey. Ah. Probably should have put the Super Monkey at the end. But you get the idea. That's the basic concept. Yes, it does work, but you have to have some good supporting towers with it. You have to keep in mind that it doesn't have your camo detect, so you either have to get rid of it late game, or you have to supplement it somehow. But early game, yeah, the spike or the tack shooter will have your back. So that was all I really had planned for this video. I'm going to take it into one regular defensive, see if I can get a good map for it. Let's see what happens. If I don't get a good map for it, I'm just going to make something up. Holy smokes. If you don't skip that map, I will. Terrible map. 3, 2, 1. Skip. Duh. That's not much better. Okay. Thank you. There we go. Let's see. So, mortar. And I'm going to do helicopters for my endgame tower. See if he survives long enough to make it an endgame tower. One, 2, 3, 4 spikes. And this is where I get sued by Sesame Street. Alright, waiting for that first eco boost. He's starting with Ninja right off the bat. I'm not sure how he's going to do this. I think he's doing the 300 boosts, which means he's not going to last very long. You can always tell if somebody upgrades their tower right away, then they're not experienced in defensive mode. So I'll probably lose a few lives just because this is a long track, and I'm going to be placing this guy near the start here. But I don't care if I lose a couple of lives here. Fast up. There's two really good spots for this on this map, and that's right where he's at and on the far right of where he's at now. Personally, I like to do both sides eventually. And just one more upgrade, and then I'm going for my eco again. And he missed the yellow. And there we go. Now he's just going to shred. You could supplement by adding more Tacks, but I don't know. I just don't like to spend that much energy on one round. Let's see. Get another 1,000 here. He's still upgrading that ninja at a very slow pace. I swear he is trying to go the 300 route, if he even knows how to do income at all. You'd be surprised. I've seen a few people who have no idea what the income is on defensive mode. There are some people that just don't know what defensive mode is. They jump into it and they just don't know what they're doing. So the next thing I gotta do is I gotta get a mortar out. Not the cheapest form of camo detect in the world, but it's better than nothing. Alright. Bernie stuff. And I just need to get that last one for signal flare, and I will be working with set target a little closer to that. Didn't get it in time. Oh well, he'll get by, but that's it. Now, just to build this 1,000 again. Okay, I'm going to drop a couple more tacks. And I had to do this on the original practice mode as well, just because you start losing a couple here and there. Now you got to get my bigger blasts. Next, we'll go for the Ring of Fire. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll boost a couple more attacks just so I can get through this. And he died. Yeah. It's a little difficult to get to the Ring of Fire in that kind of map, because there's no really good loops to put it on, but there are roads that go together like that. But if you can get to that Ring of Fire and it's covering 2 roads, you're good. So it's a little trickier. You just gotta figure out a way to make it. Mortar might not be the best solution. You might want to just go with Ninja or something that can already see camo and say, screw the Ring of Fire. I don't know. But I will tinker with that a little more in the future. Till then, guys, have fun and